With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
A new WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is now open in Martinsburg, offering 10,000 square feet of clinic space with exam rooms, procedure rooms, diagnostic capabilities, and a dedicated patient entrance waiting area. At the WVU Heart and Vascular Institute, our board-certified physicians are performing groundbreaking procedures using cutting-edge techniques to provide world-class healthcare close to home. Visit the expanded WVU HVI Clinic on the Berkeley Medical Center campus, a department of Berkeley Medical Center.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball! It's time for the excitement of American Legion Baseball, featuring the Berkeley Post-14 Hornets.
The next pitch to Baden Hartman is cracked out to deep left field. That ball is going, gone! A 3-run homer!
Let's go live to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening and welcome out to P.O. Faulkner Park here in Martinsburg, West Virginia, which get you set for some Legion baseball action. I'm Spencer Boyd, joined alongside Dylan Bishop for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 Sports. Nick Verzolini, our cameraman this afternoon. Back in the studio is Colin McLaughlin. We're happy to have you with us for this battle between the Berkeley Post-14 Hornets and the North Berkeley Knights. As the North Berkeley Knights, the new Legion team in the area, Dylan, they're pulling a lot from Spring Mills and Hedgesville, as well as a player from your alma mater, Berkeley Springs, and Caleb Stotler. Just one player, though, from Berkeley Springs. This game now moved here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Was originally slated for the Hedgesville Little League Complex, or where Hedgesville High School plays their games, but that was not the case tonight. Game moved here, and a great venue for a ball game, as always, the one and only P.O. Faulkner Park, as we get you set for this matchup, Dylan. It was a successful weekend down in Virginia Beach. A rain-shortened one, though, for the Hornets. They went 2-0 before not being able to play due to the rain, and it's just a team that is on all cylinders here in this last week of the season.
Yeah, we got a crosstown rivalry here today, and they'll get 2 games to see who right now, at this very second, on this day at least, is the better team in Martinsburg. And obviously, we have more familiarity, there's more experience for the Post-14 squad. But this North Berkeley team's got a lot of good players on it too, the ones that we see around during the high school season for a lot of these teams, like you mentioned, the ones that you mentioned. So I think this is going to be a fun doubleheader that we got today, and we'll see if Post-14 can keep up what they've been doing and see if they can go into the area tournament with some momentum where they're going to be expected to be the team that comes out of it.
Yeah, they are expected to be the team coming out of it right now, sitting at 14-5. The North Berkeley Knights also in this area at 9-16. Potomac Valley Post-64 at 15-7. But right now, if the season ended right now, I do believe this Berkeley Post-14 team would have the 1 seed. They need to, though, clinch both games here tonight, or they would be, believe, 2-2, whereas they need to go 3-1 and outscore. Obviously, if you win both games tonight, you outscore both of your teams in your area in Potomac Valley and in North Berkeley. So a sweep tonight is needed for the Hornets to have a first-round bye in next week's area tournament, thus meaning they won't have to play Tuesday. They would play the winner on Wednesday.
Well, that's good motivation for them. Anytime that you can get any sort of edge in a tournament like that, you go and you try to take it. You see that in the NFL or any sort of league that gets buys in their playoff format, that those teams go for that. Even if it's the end of the season, you've locked up, maybe good position, but if you can get that best position, you go for it.
All right, well, with that, we'll step aside for a quick 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll hear from the Hornets head coach, Trip Tobin. You're tuned in to Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 2 minutes.
WVU Medicine welcomes 10 new providers to our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Health Associates East. 2 hospitalists, Dr. Vamsi Amanchi and Dr. Aparna Bahara. 5 providers in emergency medicine, Dr. Douglas Binkelman, Dr. Michael McCullough, Dr. Melissa Natali, and nurse practitioners Sylvia Purdy and Leslie Purcell. And 3 specialists, Dr. William Ware, pediatrics, nurse practitioners Brittany Johnson, OBGYN, and Kristen Renzi, cardiology. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Spencer Dupuy and Dylan Bishop, happy to have you with us here as we get you set for some Legion baseball action between the North Berkeley Knights as they come into P.O. Faulkner Park to take on the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. Caught up with manager of the Post 14 Hornets, Trip Tobin, earlier, and here's the interview.
We're joined by Berkeley Post 14 Hornets manager Trip Tobin and Coach Tobin. You guys had a rain-shortened weekend trip down to Virginia Beach. What did you like from your team down there?
Well, I like the fact that they played, a really, really good Chesapeake, Virginia team. The Seals that were with the Virginia State champs last year back-to-back, and they were a really good team, and our guys just stood up to that competition. It didn't bow down. The game got chippy a couple times, and our guys stood their ground and grinded out. On the mound when they got in bad situations, Jackson and Stottlemyre both grinded out some tough innings, and we grinded out some tough at-bats and just showed some adversity, showed we could handle adversity, and I think we gelled together down there, and I think it was a step in the right direction.
A few days off since that tournament. There's a big area game tonight, or 2 games tonight. You have a doubleheader against the North Berkeley Knights, a team you haven't seen yet so far, but obviously these players are familiar with each other.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the EPAC kids over there, we know who they are, you and I, and, and the rest of the crew have seen their games. We've seen what those Hedgesville guys can do, and we knew that Spring Mills had some talent in there, and adding some of that Hedgesville talent to that lineup tonight that they'll have is going to make for a good game. Our guys are going to have to battle. I mean, people are saying, hey, on paper, you guys should win this and that, but the game's not played on paper; it's played on the field, and we're going to have to show that we can handle this team on the field. And until we do that, then right now we're just neck and neck, and both trying to get that 1, 2, 3 seed in the area tournament.
Stottlemyre pitching the first game for you this evening. What are you expecting out from him?
Well, it's the same thing we expected out of him last Friday. Throw strikes, get guys out, come out strong. I want to get him in, hopefully get him out and get him ready for next week. It's kind of a little bit of a warm-up. He's not going to pitch on Saturday against Fort Cumberland, so we wanted to get him some innings at least tonight, and probably going to see Herndon and Myers shortly after that. Horowitz, DeLauder will be here. hopefully we can get everybody 30, 40 pitches tonight. We certainly don't want to play it like a Johnny Holstaff style game, but we do need to get these guys some innings in, but we also need to win these games. So I'm going to have to make some managerial decisions on when to pull them, and, as far as the game goes, what situation it is in the game. But we want to win the games, but we certainly definitely want to get these guys, some innings so they'll be ready to go next week in the area tournament.
And looking at the lineup today, you'll have Stoudemire go for you, obviously, but that leaves you a total of 3 guys on the bench. It's a hot day. How's your kind of managerial decisions going to go into maybe getting some guys some rest not between games, but taking a guy out middle of the game so he can come in next game?
Yeah, I mean that's why Herndon and Myers should be on the field today. First games, they should be, Myers should be at first base, but it's hot. He's going to start the next game, so we're going to hold him out here, let him, stay cool. Herndon's probably going to go second in this game, so we're going to keep him out a little bit. Broughton's going to catch a second game, so we're going to keep him out. So we're going to take those positions and certainly rest those, but that's about all that I can do as far as that goes. The rest of the guys are going to have to gut it out for 14 innings.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck.
All right, thank you.
That was head coach Trip Tobin, as I caught up with him earlier today before this matchup tonight, as it'll be between the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets and the North Berkeley Knights. It'll be a doubleheader, but it's their area game still, and so because of that, they will have to have one home game and one away game. So Berkeley Post 14, though home, will be away in the second game this evening, just because of the area rules. But other than that, it should be a great 2 games tonight.
I think it will be, as we'll see. It'll be interesting strategy on both sides here, not just the Post 14, to see how they manage things when it comes to the heat and the doubleheader.
All right, well, we'll step aside for a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get to lineups and we'll have starting lineups and first pitch. You're tuned in to Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 2 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my parents. Dad, come over. The brisket's done.
The Traeger Connected Experience. Everything you need for epic flavor, and then some.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value Brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Join us this summer for the thrill of American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier team in the area, and you don't want to miss 1 second of the action.
The next pitch to Baden Hartman is cracked out to deep left field. That ball is going, gone! A 3-run homer!
The Hornets begin their season on June 3rd. We'll have coverage all the way through the area tournament, July 18th through the 22nd at P.O. Faulkner Park.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. As we get you set for this one, we'll give you starting lineups here before we get first pitch. We'll start with the visitors for this one in the North Berkeley Knights. I believe now they're the North Berkeley Post 60 Knights. So they do have a post now, the new team created back in December. Leading off and doing the pitching tonight is number 6, Landon Pence. Batting second, the third baseman, number 42, Caden Compton. Batting third, the right fielder, number 11, Ian Wolf. Batting fourth, doing the catching, number 22, Mason Everhart. Batting fifth, number 20, playing left field tonight, Caleb Stotler. Batting sixth, playing second base, number 13, Chris French. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, number 9, Peyton Girardin. Batting eighth, playing center field, number 14, Jackson Engel. Batting ninth, playing first base, number 5, Landon Stanley. Mason Elliott was slated to play today. Unfortunately, I believe he's still at work. Might make his way for Game 2 tonight, but he was originally in the starting lineup as the third baseman, but unfortunately he's not playing this game. Now we'll go over to the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. Batting leadoff, playing right field, number 9, Connor Bailey. Batting second, the catcher, number 4, Landon Siffert. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 20, Colin Reed. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 17, Riley Bubb. Batting fifth, playing second base, number 2, Carson Buber. Batting sixth, playing first base, number 12, Jackson Ruiz. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 14, Griffin Horowitz. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, number 7, Braden Oviedo. Batting ninth, playing center field, number 10, Jordan Camby. Doing the pitching tonight will be Braden Stoudemire, as he is DH'd for by Colin Reed, who I heard from earlier, he is committed to Garrett College next year to play baseball. Obviously, his senior season initially got derailed by the injury that he had pitching at this very park, but it's great to see him to be able to get to the college level to play, whether it's a JUCO or anything. He's just got to prove himself there, and he could, be somebody that we see moves up, like we saw Kyle West go from D2 to D1.
Absolutely.
As we are getting ready to get things started here at 5:02. As Landon Pence due up. For the North Berkeley Knights. Let's get his stats on the season here once they will load. Landon Pence is hitting .321 and 53 at-bats. First pitch into him is in between the third base and shortstop and into left field for the first hit of the evening.
First pitch swinging. He's being aggressive early against Stoudemire. And that was right in the 5.5 hole.
Caden Compton up to bat. He's hitting .282 on the season. Believe he's had the most at-bats on the entire team. That one first pitch swing again, but fouled off. As there's a fly right here in my face, trying to wave that out of the way.
It's aggressive in both at-bats so far. I wonder if that's a coaching point against Stoudemire to swing early and often.
Second pitch to the backstop as Pence will go to second on the wild pitch by Stoudemire. Stoudemire, the Shepherd product, previously at Washington High School. Didn't get redshirted his freshman season at Shepherd, was able to play a good bit. And this offseason he wanted to, that bunt is fouled off to the backstop, as he wanted to still play the infield as be a two-way player in college, and that he's hopefully trying to do. He's had a pretty successful summer at the plate for the Hornets.
Yeah, it's a different level of competition, but it allows him to get the reps in, and if he keeps it up at Shepherd, he'll have gotten some experience over the summer.
The 1-2 delivery to Compton, called strike 3. First strikeout, that one looking for Braden Stoudemire. Due up is the right fielder Ian Wolf. Trying to find his stats here. Ian Wolf hitting .279 on the season in 61 plate appearances. Ian Wolf, part of that Hedgesville team that went down to the state championship but fell She's still got those blonde locks there as they dyed the hair down there like his fellow high school teammate Jackson Ruiz does at first base.
Yeah, you got a lot of that still going on the North Berkeley side.
Second pitch in there for called strike one. Now that evens the count up in 1-1.
Obviously, yeah, as we mentioned, there's a lot of those Hedgesville guys that went down to the state tournament, state championship on this North Berkeley team. So they got experience at a high level of baseball.
The 1-1 low for ball two.
Now, obviously, the obvious counter to that is that, well, you'd say the best players from that Hedgesville team are on post 14 as opposed to North Berkeley with Ruest and DeLauder.
Yeah, but you can't not mention Chris French, who's on this roster, as well as Noah Brown, Gage Gano. Those guys had meaningful minutes meaningful playing time along with Landon Pence and Mason Elliott, Trenton Canerium as well.
Yep, all big parts of that team.
And there might be a few guys on this roster here for the North Berkeley Knights next year that didn't go to Hedgesville but might be on their roster next season. Don't know that yet until the whole thing shakes out. But the 2-2 delivery, that one cracked right back out to center, or thought it was going into center field, but ends up popping it up to the second baseman, Carson Buber, for out number 2.
I say right off the bat, it looked like it could fall into center field. Then it really just died immediately and just barely got to second base, and Buber made the play.
So now due up is Mason Everhart, the catcher. Everhart hitting .232 on the season. First pitch low for ball one. Everhart in 69 plate appearances has 13 singles and 3 doubles, along with 12 RBIs. The 1-0 delivery low for ball two.
Stottlemyer's had battled back here, gotten himself 2 outs after the leadoff single.
The 2-0 delivery, that one popped up and fouled away. This one getting going early here at 5 o'clock to get in a doubleheader tonight.
That's going to be the tough part of this first game, is that sun. We're going to be at peak temperature for pretty much this entire first game. Once we get in the second game, maybe sun starts going down.
That pitch low and outside for ball 3. 3-1 now.
But for this game one, you've got a lot of these guys out here that are going to have to be playing the entire 7 innings. And then play a whole
3-1 delivery outside for ball 4. Everhart takes the walk on 5 pitches. So runners on first and second here with 2 outs, and Caleb Stotler up to bat, the lone player from Berkeley Springs, hitting .250 on the season with 13 hits, 11 singles and 2 doubles.
Good to see some Berkeley Springs representation.
Yeah, and as this team grows, you would think maybe some more players from Berkeley Springs tag along next year.
It's possible.
First pitch into him is in there for called strike 1.
Yeah, baseball has always been one of the better programs over at Berkeley Springs, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them make some appearances over here.
One delivery in there for called strike 2 as Stottlemyre paints the outside edge.
No damage done yet. He just needs one more strike and get out of this.
The 0-2 delivery swung on and missed. The second strikeout of the inning, and that one will end things as he leaves 2 on. But ends the inning there, stranding 2 runners, no runs, just 1 hit. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning after this 60-second break. You're tuned in to Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, back in 60 seconds.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
Or did he?
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. It appears the lineup has changed from what I saw because Colin Reed is getting ready to lead things off, but initially it was Connor Bailey.
That's usually what we see from Post 14 as well.
Unless Colin Reed is just there trying to see the pitching.
That's what I would say is just as likely, if not more likely.
He is slated to hit third in this lineup behind Landon Sifford. I don't see Sifford over there just yet.
He could still be getting his catching gear off.
Yeah. Here as Landon Pence takes the pitching rubber for the North Berkeley Knights. And this one is Landon Pence on the season. We'll look at his numbers here quickly, but as he finishes up his warm-up pitches on the season, Landon Pence has pitched 12 1/3 inning, 5 games played, 2 starts. He's faced 69 batters. He's 0-1, giving up 13 hits, 16 runs, 10 earned, 14 walks, 12 strikeouts with a 5.676 earned run average. As it is, Connor Bailey leading off.
Connor Bailey.
As was on the lineup we were given. First pitch coming into him from Pence, in there for called strike one. Bailey obviously not too sure if he actually ever did see Pence pitching at all, because Bailey, a graduate of Jefferson High School, back in 2022. So not sure if they ever crossed paths on the high school diamond as Bailey down at Fairmont State. The 0-2 delivery, that one to the backstop.
That one got away from him.
Yeah, that one got away from Pence. The 1-2 delivery, that one fouled off and hits the pole that hangs up the netting on a line drive foul.
You could hear that ring out all throughout the complex, I'm sure.
Yeah. Connor Bailey hitting .405 in 37 plate appearances, has 15 hits and 8 RBIs on 21 runs scored, walking 16 times, striking out just 3 of those times. Very efficient at the plate thus far this season. The 1-2 delivery, that one cracked right back up the middle into center field for a leadoff single for Connor Bailey.
And that efficiency that you mentioned, and at bats like that is exactly why you put him in the leadoff spot. He gets himself on base.
Landon Sifford due up. Sifford hitting .265 this summer, 34 at-bats with 9 hits on the season, a triple, and 5 RBIs. As Bailey will go, and he will get in there on time, or before the tag, excuse me, so he steals second base and gets in a scoring position for Sifford.
And that's the other reason he does, not just getting on base when you have the leadoff guy, it's usually speed as well. He's got plenty of it.
A 1-0 delivery and a Sifford low for ball 2 hits the chalk on the other batter's box. Well, not chalk, the turfed lines.
We got Sifford batting second today, a lot higher than we usually see him. Usually see him around the 8 or 9 hole.
The 2-0 delivery in there for strike one as he swings and misses, and as Nick said before the game, in that Adley Rutschman spot.
Right, yeah, you don't see a lot of catchers that bat second in a lineup. It's like guys like Rutschman and Joe Mauer.
2-1 delivery, and Sifford puts down the bunt, and that one goes into the outfield. Coming around to score is Connor Bailey. It's a 1-0 lead as Sifford reaches, and scoring is Bailey.
Number 20.
Sifford able to go to second on the air and throw on the air.
And that's why he's batting second. That was a really well-placed bunt.
Yeah, he was very close to making it.
Yeah,
It was going to be a bang-bang play had that been caught. It is ruled an error, though.
That's what I was going to say. I think he was
B6, B5.
He was at least close to beating that one out, even without an errant throw. But now that puts a runner on second, and he gets a courtesy runner for him.
Colin Reed now due up the Garrett College newly commit.
I think that's Ty Broughton out there.
Yeah, Ty Broughton, the courtesy runner. He'll catch next game. In there for a strike. 1-1 now the count.
Right, you get the
only 13 guys available tonight for the Hornets, so a lot of moving parts for them tonight. In there, called strike 2 makes it 1 and 2.
And yeah, like Coach Tobin mentioned, he had to be kind of thoughtful about his substitutions and bench players today. Ty Broughton, on the bench for game 1, other than courtesy running for Sifford. I assume we'll see that multiple times today if Sifford gets on base more.
Yeah.
And then catching game 2. Give your catcher a rest so that he doesn't have to go out there on his knees for 2 games. And then
because he'll probably be the courtesy runner in the second game.
Probably it would make a lot of sense at least. And then your starting pitcher for next game is on the bench today. Like he mentioned, Jason Myers would probably be playing first base otherwise.
The 1-2 delivery, that one fouled off and away along the first baseline.
That's the stuff you got to take into account when you start playing out in July and August. When it starts to get up into the high 80s, 90s, or even higher.
Well, I mean, on the turf, it's got to feel mid,
right,
or mid 105, probably 105-ish. That one cracked out to left field, going, and that one is gone. A 2-run shot for Colin Reed to deep left field, and it's now 3-0 post 14.
Absolutely mashed that one. It's the all-star break in the major leagues right now, and he kind of hit that one like a home run derby ball. That was a no-doubter.
Yeah, left fielder out there in Wolf was like, no, I'm just going to watch that walk fly out of the park. But a 2-run home run for Colin Reed puts post 14 up 3-0 here with no outs in the top of the first inning. And Potomac State commit Riley Bubb at the plate took a year off, played club ball at West Virginia University before picking the bat back up and going to play at Potomac State next year. First pitch into him is outside for ball 1.
Well, it doesn't get much better than this when it comes to starting the game out. Get your first 3 runners in to score.
That one outside for ball 2. Could be a long first inning here, Dylan.
Yeah, you're still battling the heart of the lineup here, 4, 5, 6, next 3 up.
That one gets away from him now. It's a 3-0 count.
And it doesn't get much easier at any point of this post-14 lineup, like we've always mentioned, with Bubb and Boober next 2 up. And you got guys like Jordan Camby at the bottom of the lineup who can just as easily hit at the top.
That one in there for strike 1, now 3-1. And for North Berkeley, they're coming off a game on Monday. That one fouled off, makes it 3-2, brings it full. They're coming off a game on Monday where they fell 27-6 to the Martinsburg Blue Sox, and a lot of people had to pitch in that game, so you got to wonder. I mean, 43 pitches for Gano, Stotler with 31, 39 for Montgomery, 45 for Pence, and Pence is pitching right now. Everhart had to pitch 29 pitches. Chris French, 30 pitches, 27 for Caden Compton. So a lot of guys in there having to, pitch last week. Here's we've got a visit to Coach Tobin talking to both the umpires.
Coming over the umpires, it's hard. I'm not able to tell what the discussion was about right now. Just trying to make it out. I don't know if there was a lineup check of some sort or... They're just making sure, what the foul call.
3-2 delivery. That one cracked right back up the middle for Bub as that one goes into center field, just like the leadoff for Bailey. So now the first 4 guys in a row have been on for the Hornets.
Carson Buber.
Carson Buber due up.
Yeah, this is a tough part of the lineup to have to try to get through.
Buber hitting .415 on the season.
I mean, you think about it. A guy like Pence, at Hedgesville, he's doesn't get a lot of starting pitching experience there during the high school season because his teammates who are on post 14 are doing a lot of that pitching.
That one high and going to second is Bub as that one nearly gets close to the head of Buber.
So you're coming out here in a position that you don't play very often in the high school season, and you're having to face the best of the best of those high school teams, including your own teammates.
Yeah, one of the
best guys in the EPAC.
One of the coaches for North Berkeley coming out here to talk to Pence and Everhart.
I think that might be his dad. I believe that says Pence on the back of that jersey there.
Yeah, I believe it's Mason Everhart's grandfather, the head coach, Steve Everhart, and then one of the assistants is Chris French's dad, along with Landon Pence's dad, are the other 2 assistants. Or the other assistant, I should say.
So you're just trying to calm him down, get him to tell him, whatever they are seeing in the dugout that he needs to correct. Because so far it's been 4 up and 4 on for post 14.
The 2-0 delivery swung on and missed for strike 1 on Carson Buber.
Buber's had a pretty good summer for himself and a good end of the year in the high school season.
The 2-1 delivery here with no outs. That one fouled off into Charlotte Prather. So now it's a 2-2 count here with no outs in the top of the first inning. The 2-2 delivery low for ball 3. Count becomes full.
He had one pitch to get him to possibly chase, but now let's see if he can get this first out and get some confidence going. Stop this inning before it gets too terrible.
The full count delivery, that one fouled off down the third baseline. Full count delivery upcoming. That one swung on and missed by Carson Buber. That's the first out of the inning on the swing and miss.
They just got him the fastball high up in the zone.
Now batting.
Couldn't quite put the bat on it.
Ruiz now at the plate, hitting .407 on the season in 27 at-bats, or at-bats. With 11 hits. 11 hits, 9 singles, 1 double, and 1 triple, along with 11 RBIs, looking to bring in Bub on second.
So you go Hedgesville versus Hedgesville.
With a Hedgesville runner on second.
How about that? I guess there's a reason the team almost won the state championship.
Well, Bub, a 2022 graduate.
That's true.
That one in there for called strike 2, 0-2 now.
But still, program culture, overall carries, that kind of stuff matters.
The 0-2 delivery by Pence, low for ball 1.
So he got ahead of him early at least, so see if he can Gonna get some momentum going after a rough start.
That one back up the middle. It'll be Girardin who will throw over. That one goes to the dugout netting, or the dugout fencing, and coming around to score is Riley Bubb. It's now 4-0 post 14 as Ruest reaches first on the air.
Well, if you're Pence, you can at least say that you take from that at bat that you forced, a playable ball that should have been an out. It was just a throw, one hopper over at first base, and the play just couldn't quite be made.
Due up now, Griffin Horowitz in there for called strike one from Pence. Horowitz, very limited appearance with the Hornets so far this season. As Ruest goes to second, and his hand comes off the bag, and that's out number 2. As he overslides the base.
Yeah, I think he definitely got there in time initially, but he did kind of slide past the bag and couldn't keep his hand on it. He slid past it with his legs and went in with his hand, when he could have just slid in with his foot at right in front of the bag.
Griffin Horowitz hitting .312 in 16 plate appearances. That one in there for a strike. Brings the count to 0-2. Or 1-2 now. Is in there for a ball. That one swung on and missed. And that will end the inning, but not before the post 14 Hornets are able to put up 4 runs and make it a 4-0 lead. We'll head to the second inning. After this 60-second break, you're tuned into Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 back in 60.
Do you need a place to go for a quick tobacco, soda, snacks, cigarettes, or beer run? Well, then you're in luck, because Enter and Exit has convenience without the cost. Enter and Exit right off Route 11 is located at 31 Meadow Lane in Martinsburg and soon to be opening in Chambersburg, PA. Enter and Exit is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. For great convenience without the cost, stop on into Enter and Exit today.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Second inning upcoming here in this area contest in American Legion Baseball between the homestanding Berkeley Post 14 Hornets and the away North Berkeley Post 60 Knights.
Now batting number 13.
7, 8, 9 guys, or excuse me, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys due up. It's Chris French to lead things off, and French, we saw him kind of blow up there at the end of the high school season where his average just soared. And his hits soared.
He was on fire at the end of the season. He was a big part of why they were able to get to the state championship.
And he had to be in that 7th spot in the order. So that's what Coach told me there at Hedgesville. He had to be in the 7th spot of the order. But 2-0 is the count now as 2 straight balls from Stoudemire.
He's superstitious, I guess. Lucky number 7.
Went in there for a ball. Well, he's hitting 6th in this lineup.
We'll see how that affects him. Baseball players have to be some of the most superstitious athletes.
And that one to the backstop. It is a 4-pitch walk to Chris French. And that is somewhat concerning, Dylan.
Yeah, that last one just sailed right behind him.
Now batting number 9, Peyton.
See if he can get back on track with this at bat.
Girardin at the plate. That one nearly hits him, but it's a ball as well. So that's 5 straight balls for Stoudemire. Not sure if he's feeling something.
Well, that one was at least close.
6 straight balls now. That one catches the zone for strike 1, so that ends the streak of 6 straight balls.
We saw in the first inning he gave up a leadoff single in the very first pitch of the game, but he was able to settle back in.
The 2-1 delivery, that one popped up and out of play. Evens things up here at 2-2. The 2-2 delivery, and that one hits Girardin in the back. Back-to-back walks.
Yeah, I don't
Now
know.
number 14.
2 in a row. Now
Jackson
it's you
Engel.
kind of start asking some questions, see how this at-bat goes. And I'd probably go for a visit at the mound if it doesn't go well.
Have a 4-0 lead. Do the Hornets. First pitch now into Jackson Engel, center fielder tonight, out of Spring Mills. I believe he graduated. I think that is correct. He's a Spring Mills graduate. The 1-0 delivery from Stoudemire, low and inside, and that's quite concerning. Sam Walls thinks the same thing, and he's going out to talk to his pitcher.
Right, yeah, that's pretty obviously need to do something, because a guy like Stoudemire does not usually pitch like this.
I don't know if he might be overcompensating for something out there. It seems like when his motion is, when he's finished with the pitch, the kind of ending motion seems different than it was in the first inning.
It could be a whole number of things, mental or physical, or some combination of both. That's why you go out and visit. I mean, see what's going on with him. The pitching coach and Sifford don't seem too concerned as they go back to their positions, but we'll see how it continues.
Runners on first and second. Chris French on second. Peyton Girardin on first. Jackson Engel in the box. The 2-0 count on Engel. The 2-0 delivery in there for called strike 1. 2-1 now.
Whatever they told him on the mound at least worked for the first pitch. The last inning, he got out of a jam, leaving a runner in scoring position.
That one plunks Engel. He'll go to first base. Now it's 2 hit batters this inning and an additional walk.
Yeah, this outing might not last too much longer.
Now batting,
I think we got some action in the bullpen coming now. I think that's Chase Herndon, as Coach Tobin mentioned. He'd be second up in this game.
Yeah, and it's tough to not even get through more than just one inning here. So now the bases are loaded with no outs. That one in the zone for called strike 1 on Stanley, first baseman. I believe it's Landon Stanley. The 0-1 delivery low for ball 1.
Try to get him to chase a curveball there. Well, the good thing is your offense gave you 4 runs to work with in the bottom of the first.
That one swung on and missed for strike 2.
So even if you give up a couple runs here, you're still in good position with the lead.
That one fouled off to the backstop, keeps him alive at 1-2.
For Stanley, this is a huge opportunity to try to make up what your pitching and defense did in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and if you're Stoudemire here, you either need a strikeout or an infield pop-up. One outside for ball 2.
He tried to get that one on the outside corner, just couldn't quite get it there.
The 2-2 delivery swung on and missed for a strikeout.
Check swing, he went around.
Check swing strikeout. So Stanley goes down. We go back to the top of the order here with the bases loaded and one out with Landon Pence due up, who was stranded on second after singling to lead things off.
Well, like you mentioned, Spencer, that's what he needed. He needed that strikeout there. Now he can, if he can get a double play, he can get out of this with no runs given up.
In there for called strike 1 as he catches the zone.
Stottlemyre seemed to have gotten back some composure from whatever was going on for those first 3 at-bats.
And great job by Siffert there to get that pitch, or it was targeted for the backstop and at least 1 run scoring, most likely. 1-1 now. That one in there for called strike 2.
You hear the way the ball hit the middle on that one. That was
bringing some heat.
Oh, yeah.
Probably mid-80s. The 1-2 delivery, that breaking ball nearly breaks in the zone but doesn't.
I think it was just a little high. It definitely broke over the plate.
That one outside for ball 3 brings things full here at 3-2.
And that one did the opposite. Started out over the plate and broke off of it. It's a big pitch here.
Full count delivery. That one swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Braden Stottlemyre after walking along with hitting the first 3 players were either walked or hit.
42.
It's huge from him. We've seen a lot of that from him. He is, he's not. It's not out of character for him to give up a leadoff hit, leadoff walk, couple guys get on base, but he's good at leaving them on base.
That one fouled off. The first pitch to Caden Compton, who struck out looking his first time up in the last inning.
Stottlemyre doesn't get down on himself and let, just a little snowball turn into an avalanche.
That one outside for ball 1.
But he still needs one more out. That's the thing, and you're back at the top of this lineup.
The 1-1 delivery low for ball 2.
I think Sifford thought that one was a strike.
2-1 now. Two one delivery in there for called strike 2. Evens things up at 2-2 with 2 outs. The 2-2 delivery, that one fouled away down the left field line.
You got a good bat on it, just pulled it a little too much. It was at about the depth of Horowitz over there in left.
2-2 delivery popped up. Jackson Ruest finding it and under it, and that will end the inning. As Stottlemyre puts the first 3 batters on, but then comes back and gets the next 3 batters out, and that will do it for the top of the second inning. We'll head to the bottom of the second after this 60-second break. You're tuned into Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10.
A new WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is now open in Martinsburg, offering 10,000 square feet of clinic space with exam rooms, procedure rooms, diagnostic capabilities, and a dedicated patient entrance waiting area. At the WVU Heart and Vascular Institute, our board-certified physicians are performing groundbreaking procedures using cutting-edge techniques to provide world-class healthcare close to home. Visit the expanded WVU HVI Clinic on the Berkeley Medical Center campus, a department of Berkeley Medical Center.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as we get you set for the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Hornets, the 8-9 hitters in Oviedo, Canby, and Bailey. A 4-0 lead for the Hornets. They're trying to tack on some runs here,
number
Dylan.
7, Braden Oviedo.
Yeah, you start out with Oviedo down at towards the bottom of the lineup here, which can easily flip around to the top. Obviously, you'll get the chance, at least for Connor Bailey, to see a second at bat.
Penn's still out there for the Knights. First pitch in there is a ball, 1-0. Second pitch in there for a called strike one on Braden Oviedo, who talked to Trip Tobin the other day on the show. He's a class of 2025, I believe. He's already getting some looks. He is class of 2025, correct?
Yeah, he's got 2 more years, so.
Already getting some looks.
And as he should, he's was a key part of Martinsburg as a sophomore, which, it's not that common.
Yeah, and you saw him getting varsity action mostly as a courtesy runner there as his freshman year, starting out the way that season and then able to get in defensively, and by the end of the year getting some at-bats. But the 2-2 delivery to him, that one cracked down the third baseline over to Compton. He'll throw over to first, and they'll get the out to Stanley for the first out of the inning, as I believe that is the first completion of a play over to first.
I think you're right.
Now batting, number 10.
On the 5-3 ground out.
French, once he got past the number 4 hitter, Bob, he's settled in.
You mean Pence?
Yeah, once Pence got past the number 4 hitter, Bob.
First pitch into Canby, he fouls that one off, and that will go just out of play down the right field line.
Yeah, this so far, 5, 6, 7, 8 through the lineup of post 14, he's done a good job to settle back in. And obviously, that 4th run is possible. It shouldn't have come across the score with an error.
Yeah.
So could very easily be 3 runs in those first 3 hitters.
The 0-1 delivery. I went in there for called strike 2 on Canby. Canby going to play at Potomac State next year.
And this is a guy that's very dangerous on base.
The 0-2 delivery, that one popped up into right center field. Camping under it is Engel and make the catch for out number 2. Now back to the top of the lineup, and Connor Bailey, who led off the game, or led off the bottom of the first with a single.
Now this is where Penn's got into trouble. Bailey got on, and then
that one hit into left center field. Camping under it there once again was Engel for out number 3. As quick inning there, we'll head to the 3rd inning after this 60-second break. You're tuned into Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here as we head to the third inning. It's a pitching change for the Hornets as Braden Stoudemire's day is done after 49 pitches, 24 for strikes, facing 11 batters, hitting 2 in 2 innings, allowing 1 hit, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Coming on to pitch now is Chase Herndon, who in 10 2/3 innings this season is 0-1. With a 5.25 earned run average, striking out 11 while walking 5, with 8 runs earned as well as 8 runs given up on 10 hits.
So it ended up being a good outing for Stoudemire, but the way that he started off the second inning probably prevented him from seeing a third, which is ideally probably what Coach Tobin would have wanted to see.
3-3-1 or 3-2-2.
But regardless, he was at least able to fight back in that second inning after loading the bases with no outs and get 3 straight outs. So, it might just be an extra inning of work, or at least 1 inning earlier for Chase Herndon. See how the rest of the game goes. But he comes out on the mound with a 4-run lead.
Yeah. Herndon at West Virginia Tech last season. Heard some chatter, though, he was leaving West Virginia Tech. Don't know if that's official or where he is going, but did hear that chatter.
It's interesting. I guess you can only speculate until you hear anything official.
Now batting, number 11, Ian Wolf.
Ian Wolf now due up. Popped out his first time up. First pitch in him is fouled off to the backstop. Or, excuse me, over the netting.
This will be a different look for North Berkeley this time through. Chase Herndon, the southpaw.
That one fouled off again over the right field fence and the dugout. Right field line, excuse me.
Just trying to catch up to the speed of Herndon.
Yeah, Herndon coming in here. The 0-2 delivery. That one hit back up the middle. Bub's going to get it. He's going to throw to first to complete the out for out number 1 in the inning on the 5-3 ground out.
Now batting, number 22.
Not the easiest play in the world for Bub to make there, but he made it look easy.
No, but Wolf goes down in 3 pitches. Mason Everhart due up to the plate. The catcher who walked, believe going to Hagerstown Community College next year. Walked in the first inning. First pitch into Everhart's low for ball 1.
Everhart's been patient at the plate so far. Like he said, drew that walk first time up.
The 1-0 delivery swung on and missed for strike 1. So he was behind that one.
And it's just a lot of speed coming off the arm of Herndon.
The 1-1 delivery, that one fouled off over our heads in the press box. One-two's the count here for Herndon on Everhart. Herndon coming in relief after Stoudemire's 2 innings. The 1-2 delivery, that one fouled off once again, off the top of the netting.
It's a short bench for Post 14 today, like we've mentioned, but obviously they still have a lot of pitching options. And, Jason Myers is going to start game 2. You got Ruest out at first, Buber at second, Horowitz out in left, and Oviedo at short. All guys.
That one swung on and missed for another punch out. That one the first one for Herndon.
Now batting, number 20.
These first 2 batters have found it very hard to get good contact on Herndon.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I heard in the dugout earlier, if they really needed somebody to pitch, Sifford threw the other night. Apparently threw a bullpen the other night. Not too sure what that was about, but he was talking about it earlier.
I'm sure that would be something you only go to if you absolutely have to. But, hey.
It was like Jordan Canby pitching in that East Hardy game last year.
You can never have too many pitchers.
1-0 delivery in there for called strike one. I mean, you got Horowitz. You got Oviedo, who can also do that, can also hit as well as Buber, or pitch as well as Buber and Ruiz. So, I mean, just in the lineup right now, you've got 4 guys.
Right, that's what I was saying. They got, even though it's a short bench, they have plenty of pitching options.
Lane DeLauner will be here. Not too sure if he's here yet. That one, a called strike 3. That one will end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the third after this 60-second break as it's 3 up, 3 down for Chase Herndon. You're tuned in to Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Mansion Ferretti, we offer a free consultation and no fees until we win your case. Call us today and protect your future. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here. Bottom of the third inning. Due up the 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Hornets. Sifford, Reed, and Bub. Sifford reached and came around to score on an error after Colin Reed's 2-run homer in the first inning, and then Riley Bubb singled to center field.
Yeah, but Pence was able to at least
now batting number
set
4,
down Connor
Landon
Bailey
Sifford.
to end the last inning. So let's see if he can have similar success second time around against Sifford, Reed, and Bub as opposed to the first time.
First pitch in there for a ball. Second pitch swung on and missed, makes it 1-1. The 1-1 delivery. That one cracked down the third base line. Gloved by Compton. He'll have to make the throw over. He can't get it. It's going to go near the dugout, so it's an error. But a great glove play down there at third, so it wasn't going to be targeted for, it wouldn't have been Sifford, a double for Sifford perhaps.
Now batting number 20.
Yeah, he at least saved the base making that diving play. But the second time Sifford's made it to first base on an errant throw.
E5 ruled there. So he reaches first. Colin Reed due up again with a runner on the base paths. As this time with no outs, they allow Sifford to run the bases. At least right now. First pitch to Colin Reed inside and catches the zone for strike 1. As Reed hit that 2-run shot to left field next to the scoreboard in the first inning. He just recently committing to Garrett College in McHenry, Maryland. The 0-1 delivery as Sifford goes, and he is out. The ball in there before he's able to get in there. So a throw down as Everhart throws him out.
I guess maybe they should have put in the courtesy runner because Sifford unfortunately wasn't particularly close to sliding in safe there.
And now it's an 0-2 count here on Colin Reed with 1 out as opposed to no outs and a runner on first.
Well, silver lining, you get your catcher off the base pass. He can be ready to go.
The 0-2 called strike 3, I believe.
That was 1-1.
Oh, yeah. How Game Changer had it as. So now it is 1-2. That one cracked into center field, right to Engel for out number 2.
Like I said, Pence is settled in. Really, here comes the last
Now
batter he's had a
batting,
whole
number
lot of
17,
issues with.
Riley Bubb.
When Riley Bubb, when Riley
singled
Bubb,
the center field.
Yep, put it right back up the middle on him.
First pitch into Bubb. One high and inside for ball one.
So if he continues to pitch like this, all you really need is you need your offense on the other side to help you out.
One in there for called strike one, 1-1 now.
That's the danger of facing post 14 is it only really takes one bad inning for you to get down to the point where you really have to start backpedaling.
That one bounces off the glove of Everhart to the backstop, so now it's 2-1. That one hit right back up the middle to the shortstop Girardin, and he's able to get that on the liner for the out. That will do it here for the third inning. We'll be back for the fourth inning after this 60-second break. You're tuned into Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds. Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, Go Bulldogs.
Hi, I'm Ron Springer, head golf professional at The Woods. If you're a golfer who loves fun and competition, get your friends together and enter one of the many fundraising tournaments held at The Woods. You and your group may qualify to play in the area's premier golf event, the Tournament of Champions. The winning team will receive individual prizes as well as a cash prize for the organization they represent. For a list of qualifying tournaments, see ads in Around the Panhandle magazine and the Journal. For a list of rules and regulations, visit thewoods.com or contact me, Ron at thewoods.com.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here. Chase Herndon remains on the mound for the Hornets for a second inning coming out here as he just had 12 pitches. Very efficient first inning of work for him. 12 pitches, 10 of those for strikes. 3 up, 3 down inning.
Yeah, it was a very efficient and powerful inning of pitching. I mean, the fastball was really getting by the hitters, and they couldn't catch up to it. But we'll see if French can change that at least.
Yeah, Chris French due up here.
Now batting, number 13, Chris French.
He walked and was left on base in that inning. Started off the inning there where Stoudemire had the trouble but worked out of the trouble. Chris French, an integral part of that Hedgesville Eagles team in that playoff run. First pitch in there is outside for ball one. French, who may have a shot to play college ball at the JUCO ranks, not sure if that's going to happen. We'll have to talk to him about that, but talking with his high school coach at the end of the season, he said he's going to try to get him somewhere, some opportunity to play, just because of the heart and the soul of that. He was the heart and soul of that Hedgesville team down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, you would think, of all the guys that they had, like DeLauder and Ruest and Tanner Matthews, and
for all those guys, there's one Chris French.
Right, he was the one that was making the big impact in the lineup.
Pitch outside for ball two brings things to even at 2-2. Or 1-2, excuse me. That one lined out to left field for a clean single for Chris French.
So I mentioned that. I guess it makes sense that he's the first player to get a hit off of Herndon.
Due up now, Peyton Girardin.
Now batting, number 9, Peyton Girardin.
Spring Mills Cardinal last season, might wind up somewhere else. Not 100% certain of that. But would be an asset to any team that he were to join if he does.
As would really any of the guys on both of these teams that haven't made a commitment yet.
The 0-1 delivery, low for ball 1. I was talking about Jordan. Jordan will, I believe, have his senior year to play. But with that new transfer rule here in the state, he could play it at Spring Mills. He could play it somewhere else. We don't know that officially yet, though. They'll throw over to first, but French gets back in time.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell at this point. You see it really at a moment's notice, you get another player here and there that decides to use that transfer rule.
The timeout called late. Got one a check swing, but a called strike. This is the Junior Legion team for the Hornets. Is at Boonesboro Post 10 this evening. The 1-2 delivery. That one fouled off and out of play. That game just getting going here at 6 o'clock.
It was a team that beat the Senior Hornets in the tournament on Father's Day weekend, on Father's Day itself.
The 1-2 delivery outside for ball 2.
So it'll be interesting to see what the junior team can do against them.
I believe that might be their junior team. I'm not certain. I believe they do have a junior team, though. That one fouled off once again as Girardin keeps this at bat alive. Two-two delivery, excuse me, in there or outside for a ball brings things full at 3-2. So big pitch here for Herndon. He had a very quick first inning, but now it's of work for him. Now it's kind of starting to pile up with the 3-2 pitch. That to the backstop. So a walk for Girardin, and now 2 on here with no outs.
Now
starting to look like that second inning of work.
I was just having the same thought.
Here we are in the 4th inning. As we're going to have a meeting between Herndon and Siffert.
He still got some room to work with before some runs get put up on the board. There are only runners on first and second.
Engel due up now. He was hit by a pitch in that second inning. As these are the 3 guys who reached base in that second inning.
And maybe it's just something to do with these 3 guys, you know.
First pitch high and in tight, but it's a ball.
They have been patient up at the plate. I know, you know, some of these have been hit by pitches. You know, it was earlier. It was Stottlemyre at least.
The 1-0 delivery, that one fouled off just above our camera well hole. On the netting.
I think that would have flew up in here to the press box if we didn't have the net there.
The 1-1 delivery from Herndon. High and outside for ball 2.
It's a good eye from Engel. If you can get on, hopefully this time, if you're North Berkeley, you can say you can capitalize, at least with some runs, and make this at least closer.
The 2-1 delivery for Herndon on angle, low for ball 3.
You still have 3 more innings after this one.
Sam Wall's pitching coach will come out here to talk to Herndon, as very similar situation to when he came out just a batter earlier in the second inning.
Well, the mound visit was the magic touch last time. We'll see if he's got the magic words again.
Sam Wall's walking off the field. We're going to resume action here. With the count at 3-1, Herndon on Engel. 3-1 pitch hit out into left center field, and that one's going to drop. Camby's going to throw it in at least. Well, everyone holds up. I was thinking there French would come around, but now once again bases are loaded with no outs. On the single to left center for Engel.
They wasn't able to get a great jump off of second while he was checking to see if that ball was going to fall in. And then Camby made a good enough play on it with a nice throw.
Landon Stanley due up to bat. He struck out to be the first out of 3 in a row for Stoudemire in the second. And one high for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. That one hit into left center field once again, and it will drop. One's going to score in French. Girardin is going to stay put at third. Or is going to come to third and stay put. So 1 run given up here. Could have been more on the drop.
Number 6, Landon Pence.
The ball that dropped in right in front of Camby.
Yeah, that was another one where you had to wait such a long time to see if Camby was going to get there. And she couldn't quite make that run from second all the way to home.
It's now 4-1. The Hornets still on top. Ball in there to Pence for ball 1. Pitch low for ball 2. As it seems like the second inning of work for both these Hornets pitchers have not been good so far.
No, it hasn't. And
somebody else is getting ready to get warm over there. No one throwing yet, but it looks like somebody's stretching their arms over there. Can't quite get a number on who it is right now. Might be Griffin Horowitz or Carson Boober.
Well, those guys are out in the field, and it looks like Jason Myers over there.
Jason Myers already. That one to Oviedo. They're going to try and get 2. They'll get 1, and they'll get 2, but 1 will come around to score in Girard, and it's a 4-2 game, but now 2 outs.
Hey, you take that. You take that. You trade 1 run for 2 outs. When the bases are loaded, that's fine. You were up by 3. Now you just try to strand that runner on third.
Lane DeWater walking into the dugout here momentarily. He might have to come in and pitch. That one popped down the line.
I'm sure they ideally were saving him for game 2. And Myers might just be getting warmed up for game 2 as well a little bit. But I guess they could, reroute things. Plans change all the time.
That one on a line to third, and that one past the outstretched glove of Bub, coming around to score his angle. It's now 4-3.
And the complexion of this game changes.
Now batting, number 11,
All of a sudden, it's a 1-run game.
Ian Wolf now due up. He's 0 for 2 today with a pop out to second and a 5-3 ground out.
Especially since Pence up on the mound for North Berkeley has really settled in since that first inning.
That one popped out of the glove of Sifford. The 1-0 delivery, that one fouled off as Compton was going.
Try to get a little hit and run going. Now Herndon's just one strike away from getting out of this, still having the lead.
The 1-1 delivery. But it goes over to first on the throw over. So the 1-1 delivery, that one popped up into right field. Coming in on it is Bailey, and he makes the catch for the out. But not before North Berkeley can score 3 runs and make this a 1-run ball game. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. After this 60-second break, you're tuned in to Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, due up for the Hornets. 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Buber, Ruiz, Horwitz, all 0 for 1 as they're clinging to a 1-run lead, 4-3 here as they get ball game just over an hour and 10 minutes old.
Buber.
Getting a check on the junior squad as they're up in Boonesboro, Maryland, taking on the Post 10, I believe, the junior squad. It's a 4-0 lead now for the juniors in the top of the 1st. With just 1 out as Rubenthal singled and scored Connor Smith and Alex Danner. That one, a foul ball for Carson Buber. But a 4-run lead in the top of the 1st for the junior Hornets up in Boonesboro with 1 out here and 2 on.
Buber crushed that one. If it was 10 feet to the right, that would have been a home run.
Nonetheless, it's a 300-something foot strike.
Yep.
Penn's still battling out there for the Knights. That one swung on and missed for strike 2 as he fouls that one off. The 0-2 delivery, that one outside for ball 1. Talked to Tripp about this junior squad the other day that's leading 4-0 at Boonesboro. They've clinched their 1 seed in their area tournament. That'll be next week, I believe, in Bridgeport. That one low for ball 2. 2-2. That one fouled off as that one high and inside.
It's been a while since Post 14's been able to get anything going on offense. It's really not, you can say it was just the 1st inning, but even then it was just the first 4 batters of that 1st inning.
That one fouled off again down the left field line.
Once Penn's got past those first 4, the single, the bunt, that ended up in error.
That one into left center field, and that one against the wall on the warning track for a long, about a 300-foot out as Ian Wolf makes the catch on what was nearly a home run for Carson Buber.
There's a lot of loud contact from Buber, but nonetheless ends up just being an out. Like I was saying, those first 4 batters of the game, a single from Bailey, the bunt that ended up an error from Siffer, the home run from Reed, and the single up the middle by Bub. Once he got past that, Pence's been dialed in.
First pitch into Ruest. He swings and misses.
He didn't quite get all of the offense he needed from his guys in the top of the 4th, but they got close. It's only a 1-run game now.
That one drops out of the mid of Everhart, so it's a 1-1 count now. The 1-1 delivery outside for ball 2, high and outside. The 2-1 popped up. That one going foul, but it is in play, and a great catch there by Caden Compton for out number 2 in foul territory.
That was not easy to track down at all.
Now batting, number
Over there,
14,
coming
Griffin
close to the fence.
Horowitz.
Griffin Horowitz due up here in this last part of the 4th inning with 2 outs. First pitch, the Horowitz fouled off right behind our broadcast location. As the Junior Hornets take a 4-run lead into the bottom of the 1st inning. 4-0. The 0-1 in there to Horowitz for called strike 2. Pence really battled today after a rough 1st inning. Up to 70 pitches upcoming. That one popped in foul territory. Everhart makes the catch. And that will end the inning on the F2. We'll head to the 5th inning. After this 60-second break, you're tuned in to Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. As we get you set for the 5th inning here. As we get you set for the 5th inning here, I guess I just get water delivery now.
I'm next up. My water bottle is almost empty too, you know.
It's a hot day here at P.O. Faulkner Park, but a 4-3 lead as the Hornets cling to that 1-run lead as we head to the 5th inning. Due up for the Knights is Everhart, Stotler, and French. Has hit 7 players last time, so only the 8 and the 9. Before you go back to the leadoff guy from last inning, that one fouled off over the dugout.
Something's got to give here.
0-2 now, actually.
Something's got to give here. Both offenses have been streaky.
The 0-2 delivery is high and just outside off the plate for a ball 1-2. Thought that might have caught the zone.
We'll see which Chase Herndon do we get here. Do we get last innings or do we get the 3rd innings?
The 1-0 down the line, that is foul. Just barely foul. So 1-2 remains the count. No. Was that foul?
Yes.
Well, wait, Stotler is next. I don't know why it looked like they switched positions there. That one high nearly hits the backstop, but it would have hit the backstop if Sifford didn't go up and grab it. Evens things up at 2-2 here. The 2-2 delivery outside brings it full at 3-2 as his hat falls out off. Some common occurrence we saw across the EPAC these last couple of years. Full count delivery. That one hit into left center field. Canby tracking it under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting, number 20, Caleb Stotler.
Caleb Stotler due up. He struck out in both of his plate appearances. First pitch to him upcoming. That one high for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery fouled off. But Ruiz going to track it. Unfortunately, just didn't get much of a track on it. One's the count. With 1 out, the 1-1 delivery. Did he go? He did not go. It's ball 2-1. The appeal down to first says he didn't go. That one swung on and missed for strike 2 as he comes back with the fastball. Two-two here. The 2-2 delivery outside for ball 3. Chase Herndon continues to stack up the pitches, getting in full counts here. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Stotler's now struck out 3 times today, 2 of
now
them
batting,
looking.
number 13, Chris.
Well, you can
French.
rack up the pitches, but the most important part is getting 3 strikes before you get 4 balls.
It's now the 3rd strikeout for Herndon. That's 7 combined between Herndon and Stoudemire. First pitch now into French. Bounces off the mid of Sifford. So it's a 1-0.
It's really just been a roller coaster ride for every inning. Post 14.
The 1-0 delivery low. Ball 2. Delivery high. 3-0. Another 3-ball count. In there for strike 1 with 2 outs here in this 7-inning ball game, first game of a DH. That one hit into left center field. Canby tracking it under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th after this 60-second break. You're tuned into Legion Baseball right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 60.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as we get you set for the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up for the Hornets. It's the 8-9-1 batters. And looking down the line there
Now
along
batting,
the third
number
baseline,
7,
it appears we
Braden
have a post-14
Oviedo.
alumni who unfortunately is out for the rest of the summer, I believe, Dylan.
Kyle West down there on the near the dugout for post 14.
He was playing up in the Northwood Leagues with the Green Bay Rockers, but I believe he took a ball off his higher face area. First pitch swinging by Oviedo out to right center field, making the catch as the center fielder for out number 1. I guess he was diving back to get to first to get the runner out. He collided with the other runner. He had broken bones around his eye and a mild concussion, so unfortunately his summer season is over, but he's still going to West Virginia, probably for some fall ball in the fall if he's able to get healthy.
That's a tough break, but yeah, the face injuries at least are the type that clear up in relatively quick fashion. It's not like a shoulder injury or knee injury.
Pitch in there to Canby. There's a ball. I believe there might be an appearance here at P.O. Faulkner Park by a very good baseball player. I guess great, because it takes great to be drafted in the first round of the MLB draft. That one popped up to left center field. Camping under it is Engel. He makes the catch for out number 2.
I guess it would make sense if we are possibly going to see his brother pitch in game 2 that he might.
Well, because he is off this week. It is minor league all-star week.
Now batting, number
same
9,
as Major
Connor
League. They
Bailey.
take their all-star break at the same time.
And
Obviously, you get this
unfortunately, because he was just called up to High A Lake County a couple weeks ago, he's not going to make the all-star game in that league. So I believe he's home. Not sure if he's here at this current moment. But we do know he is at least in the area and could have come with Lane tonight. That pitch in there for strike 1 on Connor Bailey. The 0-1 delivery on Bailey. That one popped up down the right field line. Stotler giving chase. He'll make the catch for out number 3. We'll head to the 6th inning after this 60-second break. You're tuned in to Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 60 seconds.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore, D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why owners just do more no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. So we get you set here for the 6th inning in this one-run ball game with North Berkeley coming to bat. It's the 7-8-9 batters in Girardin, Engel, and Stanley. 2 hits and an RBI between those 3 guys.
Yeah, this has actually been the part
Now
of the lineup
batting,
that's
number
had
9,
success
Peyton Girardin.
against the Hornets so far.
That one down the line, and Girardin gets his first hit of the night as that will go into left field for a leadoff single.
And the success from the bottom of the lineup continues. It's the opposite of what you would normally think.
Now batting, number 14, Jackson Engel.
They are that close to tying this one up. Go ahead, run at the plate. Not what you would have thought after the first inning.
That one up to the top of the backstop. Got me blinking.
Yeah, same here.
The 0-1 delivery low for ball one. With Girardin on first after his first hit of the day after being walked in his first 2 plate appearances. The 1-1 delivery catches the zone for strike 2.
The 5th inning, we saw the first 2 innings that Herndon was out here were night and day. He got back to the success in the 5th inning, but
that one low for ball 2, evens it up at 2-2.
The thing's starting out more like the 4th here in this one with the leadoff hit, but all that matters is he keeps them away from home plate.
That one off of the chest protector of Sifford. He's able to keep it near him, though, as Girardin doesn't test his arm because he knows he's got one of the best arms in the EPAC. From this last season. Again, Sifford, a graduate now of Martinsburg High School, will play his ball at Frederick Community College. That one grounded over to Bub at third. He'll throw to first for out number 1 as they let the lead runner Girardin go to second.
Yeah, just a bit too much of a slow chopper on the
Now
ground.
batting number 5.
To be able to make that
Landon Stanley.
play on the lead runner. So it ends up being a productive out.
Yeah.
Got that tying run and scoring position now.
Landon Stanley at the plate, 1 for 2 this afternoon. That one in there catches the zone for strike 1. One low, it bounces off, and Girardin's not going to again test the arm of Sifford.
Yeah, it's just not quite bouncing far enough away from Sifford.
Especially with where it is when he's able to get it. It's like right on the line to the base.
Yep.
The 1-1 delivery low or high for ball 2. That one grounded foul. The 1-2 delivery low and inside for ball 2. Thought that might have caught the corner for a strikeout there, but it didn't.
I thought it might too, but he's still got a couple pitches to work with, at least.
2-2 delivery. That was a 3-2 delivery.
Oh, okay.
That was ball 3.
Yeah, the scoreboard was.
Now batting number 6.
Behind.
Landon.
So a walk for Stanley.
Well, at least now you have a double play you can work with. Try to get out of the inning. Force it any base. First, second, third.
Still just 1 out in the inning. That one grounded to Bub. Not going to be enough for 2. And everyone's safe as that one bounced from Bub to Ruest, so the base is loaded here with 1 out.
It was another one that was
Now
too
batting
slow on the
number
ground.
42,
Bub had to come up and
Hayden
get it
Compton.
for him to make a play on one of the lead runners.
It's a big opportunity here for the North Berkeley Post 60 Knights in their first year as a Legion team to take down potentially here, at least get on top of one of the best teams in the state. As that's a bunt, they're not going to be able to get the guy home. It's a tie game, but they're going to be able to get the guy at first. Just 2 outs now as the run comes home on the sack bunt by Caden Compton.
It was a big jump from third base, too.
Now batting, number
Bob
11,
on that play before,
Ian
he just
Wolf.
kind of had trouble getting the ball out of the glove, bobbled it a little bit, and then it was a one-hopper over the first.
Girardin comes around to score, and we're tied up at 4 with 2 outs. First pitch now into Wolf. It's a ball.
So now all of a sudden, this is trouble, big trouble.
That one grounded to the shortstop. Oviedo, he's going to have to make a great throw, and he does, to Ruiz to end the inning, but not before. North Berkeley can come back and tie it up at 4. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Hornets trying to get back on top. You're tuned into Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back at 60 seconds.
Do you need a place to go for a quick tobacco, soda, snacks, cigarettes, or beer run? Well, then you're in luck, because Enter and Exit has convenience without the cost. Enter and Exit right off Route 11 is located at 31 Meadow Lane in Martinsburg and soon to be opening in Chambersburg, PA. Enter and Exit is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. For great convenience without the cost, stop on into Enter and Exit today. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. It's a brand new ball game, tied up at 4 apiece here. Dylan, if you're the Hornets, the offense has got to come alive at some point here.
Yeah, you mentioned multiple times, it was the first 4 hitters of the game that got you
now
those
batting, number
first
4,
4 runs.
Landon
I
Siffer.
guess you could say 5, considering there was a would-be ground out on an error. They got that 4th run across. But you do have that part of the lineup here with Sifford, Reed, and Bub coming up.
First pitch now into Sifford. 59-foot curveball there.
Now the only thing is Pence was able to get past this part of the lineup with no issue second time through.
Pence nearing 80 pitches, so you got to wonder if they're going to go to somebody here soon.
Those first 2 pitches don't look promising.
2-0 count now. The 2-0 delivery in there for called strike 1. The 2-1 delivery. Called strike 2 as Pence comes back and evens it up here.
He's at least thrown 2 good pitches in a row to get himself back even. And that was a close one.
One makes it 3-2.
Well, Sifford's shown a good eye so far.
That one low for ball 4. Walks Sifford. And the leadoff man here is Colin Reed.
Now batting, number 20, Colin Reed.
Sifford is the lead run.
Sifford's gotten on base all 3 at-bats, and now they didn't do this, and this is his second at-bat, but he will get a courtesy runner this time like he did his first time up. This time it's Braden Stottlemyre out at first base.
We'll throw over. Stottlemyre obviously just a little bit faster than Sifford.
He's just a little bit faster than most of the guys on this team. Most of the guys on most teams.
So he's going to have to go back once again as they throw over.
And yeah, they're trying to keep him very close because I think they're going to want to try to get him to second base as quick as possible. Yep.
And he thinks about going, but he doesn't. They throw the pitch. It's a ball, 1-0 on Colin Reed.
His first step or two away from first when that pitch came in was like he was going to steal, but then he decided not to.
The 1-0 delivery in there for called strike one. One count on Colin Reed. He pops that one up into right center field. Both guys coming on, and it's going to drop. Stoudemire is going to round third and stay there, and it's going to be a runner on first and third after the single to right center field for Colin Reed, who's now 2 for 3 on the day.
Number 17, Riley Bubb.
It seemed like a real casual swing, but he got that one out into the opposite field gap, and it was perfectly placed where the center fielder and right fielder both couldn't get there.
Now due up Riley Bubb, who singled his first time up, as we've got a courtesy runner for Colin Reed. Courtesy runner.
Ty Broughton.
There's Ty Broughton. Who will catch the second game for the Hornets.
He was that first courtesy runner for Sifford in the first inning.
And he's got some speed, so you might think about running him here and getting out of a potential double play for Riley Bubb. That one in there for called strike one.
I'd say you definitely have to consider it, because if they throw that ball down to second, that's another opportunity to potentially run Stoudemire home, try to get that go-ahead run. It'd be a risky play that they'd probably see coming. But
second pitch high for ball one. One and one now. Junior Hornets now lead their game against Boonesboro Post 10 7-0 in the second inning. That one fouled off, makes it 1-2. Dylan, that junior team this year heading into this game 17-3-1. A very exciting group that has that future to be exciting for the senior team.
Yeah, they got a lot of guys that have promising futures that within the next year or two we'll see on the senior league team.
The 1-2 delivery on Bubb inside for ball two. So 2-2 here with no outs. Runners on first and third. Tie ball game. Bottom of the sixth inning. That one swung on and missed by Bubb for the first out of the inning.
That's a tough strikeout.
Now batting,
great
number two,
great for Pence to be able to get that one.
Buber.
Carson Buber up here with a great RBI situation, looking for his first hit of the day.
And now you could potentially get out of this with the game still tied if you get yourself a double play.
Runners still on first and third, and Broughton and Sifford. Broughton really looking to get in the mind of Pence here, who's nearing 100 pitches at this point. And a bunt down by Buber. They're going to go home for the first out, and they get him. As Stoudemire not able to get in time safe. And he punches the turf in frustration.
Yeah, he went for the squeeze play there. I think if he would have been looking up at the pitcher very early into his run down the line, he might have went back, because that was bunted pretty hard on the line. Like the pitcher, Pence was able to get that pretty quickly. That was not very close to the plate at all.
Now 2 outs here With Jackson Ruiz due up looking for his first hit of the day.
And it would be a big one. He's still, it's 2 outs to go-ahead run on second rather than 1 out, go-ahead run on third, but that's still a base hit could get you the lead regardless. Broughton's got speed.
92nd pitch upcoming for Landon Pence. That one hits the turf but stops. Jackson Ruiz trying to play hero here in this tie ball game. That one high for ball 3.
A walk does you pretty much just as well here. Griffin Horowitz on deck.
Landon Pence steps off. Now re-engages. The 3-0 delivery outside for ball 4 as Jackson Ruiz will walk. Landon Pence obviously being high school teammates with Jackson Ruiz.
Now batting number
might
14,
not wanted to give up the big hit to him.
Yeah, you don't want that bragging rights for Ruiz.
As Griffin Horowitz due up looking to play savior or hero.
I think just overall, you were okay with pitching a little more cautiously there with third base being open. Now, obviously, a walk would walk in the go-ahead run.
Which would be horrible.
Right, but at least with Ruiz, you were able to, don't give him something easy to hit if it's outside. If you give up a walk, at the very least, it's still no runs on the board.
First pitch now into Horowitz high for ball 1.
And
so it's 5 straight balls.
Well, let's see. Is he going to get the opportunity to finish this one out and get himself out of this jam?
I don't think so because you got manager Everhart coming out.
See if it's just a talk or, like you said, he is close to 100 pitches now. And it seems like they're going to leave him out there.
Probably just try and get out of the inning. You got 2 outs and then maybe get somebody for the 7th.
Right. Sometimes manager
95 pitches, so he's got a few more pitches to give.
Right. Sometimes manager just wants to come out there and give the pep talk himself rather than his pitching coach,
Yeah.
Especially in a huge situation like this.
Or it'd be a huge upset for the North Berkeley Knights. That one in there to Horowitz for a called strike 1. It's now 1-1.
Yeah, I think if you're Horowitz there, you're making him prove
you're taking all the way.
Yeah.
The 1-1 delivery. Swung on and missed by Horowitz. Horowitz playing collegiately at Army West Point as a freshman. I believe he redshirted. 4 years of eligibility remaining. His brother recently committing to UNC after going there. That one outside for a ball.
Not by much.
2-2 now.
Not by much at all. This is a make or break at bat. You give up this run, you're guaranteed to be down your final 3 outs if you don't score in the top of the 7th.
The 2-2 delivery. That one popped up and out of play.
It's a good job by Horowitz keeping himself alive.
Two delivery, 2 outs. That one popped up and out of play once again. Landon Pence just threw pitch number 100. believe they would have to take him out if this inning continues after this at-bat. Pence winds and delivers high for ball 3.
All right. Nothing else to work with now. Make or break. A ball walks in the go-ahead run.
And continues the inning. The payoff pitch. High for ball 4. The Hornets lead 5-4 on the bases-loaded walk as Broughton comes in to score.
That's great
Now batting,
plate discipline
number 7,
from Griffin Horowitz.
Braden Oviedo.
That 1-2 pitch in particular was incredibly close. And now comes the pitching change, yeah.
Yep, you got to do that. Right now, we will step aside for a 60-second break. We'll get the pitching change after this. 6-second break. You're tuned into Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Landon Pence's night is done after 5 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 102 pitches, 62 for strikes, facing 25 batters. In is Ian Wolf, who's pitched 20 innings on the season. He's 3-1, giving up 18 hits, 14 runs, 10 earned, 12 walks to 17 strikeouts, with a 3.5 ERA and a 1.5 whip. Giving up a 231 batting average against.
He has a tough task. Bases loaded. He's got 2 outs at least. But he's got nowhere to put any runners.
Final warm-up pitch just thrown. I believe maybe one more. No, that's it. Hornets have the lead 5-4 after Pence walked in the lead run.
It could very well be the winning run if North Berkeley's not able to score any in the top of the 7th, then it would be. But they first have to get this third out before they even think about doing that.
Next game, obviously not starting at 7 p.m. That one popped up in the infield. And making the catch was Stanley for the final out, but not before the Hornets can take the lead 5-4. We'll head to the top of the 7th, a save opportunity. Upcoming, we'll see who the Hornets throw out there to pitch. You're tuned into Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 60 seconds.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here as we get you set for the top of the 7th inning. A save situation coming up for Carson Buber as Chase Herndon's night is done. 4 innings of solid relief after 1 tough inning. 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts on 74 pitches, 43 for strikes, facing 19 batters. Carson Buber comes in this evening to this evening's game, pitching 14 2/3 innings so far this year, 1-0. Giving up 8 hits, 8 runs, 5 earned, 9 walks to 9 strikeouts with a 2.386 earned run average, a 1.159 whip, and a 1.45 or a .145 batting average against. As the North Berkeley Knights down to their final 3 outs, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Everhart, Stotler, and French, due up in this inning. Do or die for the Knights.
I hope at least if you get the French, he's been hitting the ball today. But a new pitcher up on the mound. We'll see.
Now batting, number 22, Mason Everhart.
First pitch into Everhart coming from Buber. Called strike 1. Junior Hornets have a 7-2 lead at Boonesboro post 10 through 2 innings. Second pitch in there for a ball, 1-1. Second game will start approximately 30 minutes after the first one. In there for called strike 2. Roughly, depending on time, probably around 7:30, 7:45-ish. That one hit out into right, shallow right field, and it's going to drop for a leadoff single for Mason Everhart.
Obviously, that second game start time will have a lot to do with just how this game ends. Can North Berkeley tie it back up or take the lead? Force the Hornets to come up in the bottom of the 7th? Or does Buber close it out?
Now batting, number 20, Caleb Stotler.
First pitch now into Stotler, in there for called strike 1. The double play obviously in order here. You might think if you're Everhart to go take second, as they throw over to check Everhart.
Obviously, they have that same thought the Hornets do. They don't want to get rid of that double play opportunity.
Got somebody going to warm in the bullpen. Not sure if it's for the second game or the end of the first, but they're going to try and get the double play, and they still get it. As Oviedo had trouble getting it out of his glove, but they get the double play. So that takes the runner and Everhart off the board.
Now batting, number 13,
in a
Chris
4-6-3 double play.
There's a nice little flip to shortstop by Braden Stottlemyre, who's now at second base. And it took a couple tries for Oviedo to get out of his glove. Didn't think he'd be able to get him there. But
Stotler not too fast, and that one is single into right field. They're going to challenge for the out, but sliding is French.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah. So a single for Chris French. Peyton Girardin due up.
Now batting,
who's
number
walked
9,
twice and singled.
Peyton Girardin.
A double play like that is huge.
Tying run at first. Lead run in the batter's box. That one goes all the way over to the bricks here along the right field line. Or, excuse me, along the first base line. And that moves French to second. So now the tying run is in scoring position here. And Sifford wants to talk things over with Buber to make sure they're on the right.
That's a big pass ball too. All of a sudden, that tying run is in scoring position.
Not sure what's going on here with Coach Everhart. He's elongating this timeout, going over to talk to Trip Tobin.
If they're asking about the lineup change, perhaps, or the defensive change.
I mean, the only change there was Stoudemire to second as Buber comes in to pitch. Maybe because Stoudemire came out of the game pitching, they're trying to talk rules if he's allowed to come back in the game?
Possibly. That would be my first hypothesis. I think Coach Everhart, that might be what he's arguing. I'm not sure.
Looks to be kind of animated out there.
If they ruled in his favor, I'd be interested to know if what exactly the Hornets would do.
And Stoudemire's just out there in limbo about what to do, but Jeff King out there trying to explain the rules here.
It seems like he's walking back to second base, so I guess at least in his mind, he's staying in the game.
And Coach Tobin's walking back to his dugout.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Coach Everhart won the argument.
So here we are, 2 outs, runner in scoring position. As Girardin getting ready to step back in the box.
So yeah, here we go. Tying run on second.
That one outside for ball 2. That one popped up. Ruiz coming after it. And Sifford trying to make a diving effort as well, but that one bounced out of play. So 2-1 here. On Peyton Girardin. With 2 outs, a runner, the tying run in Chris French on second base. The go-ahead run is Girardin. That one swung on and missed for strike 2. Buber trying to get out of the inning here.
Just blew the fastball by him that time. 1 strike away. He's calling time. Really wants to make sure he's settled in.
2-2 with 2 outs. High for ball 3. It'll bring things full at 3-2.
Just couldn't quite get that one at the letters. But he had a pitch to work with.
The 3-2 delivery outside nearly hits Girardin. That'll walk him. His 3rd walk of the day. 2 of them hit, or 1 of them hit by pitches. Jackson Engel has been hit by a pitch, singled and grounded out 5-3. Is due up.
So they're staying alive as long as they can. But now you got to force an any base out there for your infielders.
That one to the backstop
Well,
as
not
that
anymore.
one gets away from Boober.
Well, not anymore, you don't. That's, just clearly slipped out of his hand the way that sailed about a foot over the head of Engel. So now, right down the line.
90
It's a tying
feet
run.
from tying the game. That one in there for called strike one, evens things up at 1-1. Boober was a strike away from getting the save here moments ago, but he did walk the man in Girardin. Engel at the plate, the 1-1 delivery. That one again to the backstop. And that one, it'll be a tie game as it comes out of the hands of Landon Sifford, sliding in as Chris French to tie it up. Wow, Dylan.
Man, that's tough. He got to the ball in time, but he kind of took off. He did the classic football, receiver thing of, trying to run before you catch the ball. He kind of started to move away towards the plate before it fully got in his glove, and it bounced off. He squeezed the glove too early.
That one in there on Engel for called strike two. Now it's 2-2.
He went to the plate to try to make the tag, and then realized the ball wasn't in his glove.
2-2 delivery, swung on and missed. Boober ends the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the inning in this brand new ball game, all tied up. See if the Hornets can walk things off. You're tuned into Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
WVU Medicine welcomes 10 new providers to our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Health Associates East. 2 hospitalists, Dr. Vamsi Amanchi and Dr. Aparna Bahara. 5 providers in emergency medicine, Dr. Douglas Binkelman, Dr. Michael McCullough, Dr. Melissa Natali, and nurse practitioners Sylvia Purdy and Leslie Purcell. And 3 specialists, Dr. William Ware, pediatrics, nurse practitioners Brittany Johnson, OBGYN, and Kristen Renzi, cardiology. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We're going to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rocks, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
Now batting.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Bottom of the 7th inning. Jordan Canby leading things off. So you got 2 leadoff guys up here essentially, Dylan.
Colin's back in the studio. But
Yeah. Shout out to Colin back in the studio, double shifting it today.
Well, you at least have a good part of your lineup coming up, and you've gotten Landon Pence out of the game.
Canby looking for his first hit of the day. That one low for ball 1.
Canby's a guy that could lead off for a lot of teams. You can flip your lineup over to the top, and then your top has gotten you a 4-run inning today. The very first.
That one hit just past the outstretched arms of Girardin into first for a leadoff single in the inning is Jordan Canby.
Now batting, number 9, Connor Bailey.
And that's dangerous because Canby is a huge stolen base threat. He's one of the fastest guys out here on a team with a lot of speed. And like we said, it's the top of that lineup. Bailey's great on getting on base. Colin Reed in the hole now, great at driving in runs.
Bailey up here, the true leadoff man today.
Squared around the bunt, pulled it back when it was high.
That one in there for a ball 2. Strike 1.
Looks like they're just going to play this one straight with Canby at first. No bunt after the first, no bunt attempt after the first pitch. They haven't sent him running.
That one thrown over to first, but Canby gets back in time.
Of course, yeah, that hasn't stopped. That can't stop you from paying attention to him over at first.
That one low. Ball 3.
Three and one. You look for the exact pitch that you want. If it's not exactly what you want, you let it go.
Thrown over once again. Canby back in time here in this tie ball game in the 7th as the Hornets look to walk it off. Low for ball 4. Bailey walks. Now the bases. Now 2 on here with 2 walks.
Now batting number 4.
Or excuse me, a single and then a walk.
It seems like a big-time bunt situation here. Sifford laid one down in the top of the first. And an errant throw allowed him to stay on base, get the second before he was driven in on Colin Reed's home run. Of course, Canby and Bailey are 2 of your fastest guys. They can likely get to second and third on a bunt. Just has to be in the zone. If I'm a Wolf, I'd give him one kind of high up in the zone on this first one at least.
Canby at second, Bailey at first, Sifford in the box. And just like that, you were right, Dylan. He squares the bunt but pulls the bat back. It's a 1-0 count.
That's a good job to pull back. That was not that far out of the zone. Good eye from Sifford.
The 1-0 delivery. That one bunt popped up to the backstop. Now it's 1-1.
You threw that one where you want to throw it when a guy's laying down a bunt. Fastball high up in the zone. So you can get a pitch like that or one that's just popped up in general.
That one bunted.
Perfect.
Great bunt over to first. They throw to get the out. The Canby to third. Bailey to second now with 1 out and the winning run 90 feet away.
Couldn't ask for any better than that. And now it's not Colin Reed up. It's actually Braden Stottlemyre.
So because Stottlemyre came out to play second, it was kind of like a double. You have to have him hit. That was, I think, may have been what they were arguing out there. First pitch low for ball 1. Stottlemyre could be the hero here, a guy who put the bat down initially when he headed to Shepherd to pitch. And they'll put Stottlemyre on first to load the bases with 1 out. The double play is in order. As
now batting number 17.
It's not a bad call there. I understand completely. Now you can get the double play or at least a force at any base, including home. Keep that winning run away. But Riley Bubb, cleanup hitter, has had a hit today in that first inning.
So Riley Bubb, as you mentioned, that hit in the first inning. Back up the middle, he did come around to score. That one popped down the line, left field line. Attempting to make the catch there was Stotler. He was unable to make it as it was in the shadows.
You wonder if he was attempting to make the catch there, because if he catches that, Jordan Canby's scoring on the sacrifice fly. It was deep enough. So that being a foul ball, I don't know if it was intentional. It's possible that it got lost in the shadows, but it was a good call if he did intentionally let that one go.
The 0-1 count here on Riley Bubb, trying to play hero here in this tie ball game. Bases loaded. That one cracked out into left field. That one grabbed by Stotler. It's deep enough to score Canby, and there it is. The post-14 Hornets walk it off, get the 6-5 victory in Game 1 of this doubleheader over the North Berkeley Knights. Dylan, your initial thoughts on this walk-off win on the Riley Bubb sack fly?
Well, it wasn't nearly as easy as you might have thought it would be, especially after that first inning when it was 4-0, and it was all those runs coming in those first 4 batters. But Landon Pence really settled in on the mound for North Berkeley after that, but they couldn't get it going quite enough on Stottlemyre and Herndon and Buber at the end to keep the Hornets from pulling out the win.
All right, we'll step aside for a 60-second break. When we come back, we'll break things down. You're tuned into Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 60.
WVU Medicine welcomes 10 new providers to our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Health Associates East. 2 hospitalists, Dr. Vamsi Amanchi and Dr. Aparna Bahara. 5 providers in emergency medicine, Dr. Douglas Binkelman, Dr. Michael McCullough, Dr. Melissa Natali, and nurse practitioners Sylvia Purdy and Leslie Purcell. And 3 specialists, Dr. William Ware, pediatrics, nurse practitioners Brittany Johnson, OBGYN, and Kristen Renzi, cardiology. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
There's a local family moving in our territory. What do you want from me? Taste it. It's really good. We're going through the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rocks, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
Welcome back here for the post-game show from P.O. Faulkner Park between Game 1 and Game 2 here of this Legion Baseball doubleheader, this area action, as the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets walk it off 5-6 on the Riley Bubb sacrifice fly. Dylan, a 6-5 victory, a tight ball game, a 4-0 lead for the Hornets after the first inning, and then a tough fourth inning for pitching that allowed 3 to score for North Berkeley, and then both teams trade runs in the 6th and the 7th, but the most important run, Riley Bubb's sacrifice fly that scored Jordan Canby and ultimately got the win for the Post 14 Hornets.
Yeah, it was really up and down game on the mound for Post 14. It seemed like every other inning they were alternating between something close to 3 up, 3 down, and then loading the bases with no outs. So, but it ended up, sticking around at least. That big first inning did them a lot of good after Landon Pence was able to settle in and not give up anything for the rest of his time out on the mound until the very end. So they stuck around, and it was really once they got Pence out of the game, they were able to get the runs they needed to get.
Yeah, the line score here, 5-9-3 for the North Berkeley Knights, and 6-5-0 for the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. We'll break down the stats here. It was a 2-for-3 with 2 RBIs on that 2-run homer for Colin Reed, and then 3 hits scattered throughout the rest of the team. 1-for-3 with an RBI was Riley Bubb. An RBI on an 0-for-2 day, Griffin Horowitz. 1-for-3 with a run scored, the winning run scored, Jordan Canby, and a 1-for-3 day for Connor Bailey. A walk by Bailey walked, Sifford walked, Broughton walked, or excuse me, that wasn't Broughton. I believe that was Stottlemyre. And then the walks for Ruest and Horowitz. Pitching-wise, Stottlemyre 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, none earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts on 49 pitches. Chase Herndon coming in 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts on 74 pitches. Carson Buber, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout on 18 pitches. Down to the North Berkeley Knights, a 2-for-4 day for Landon Pence, a 1-for-3 day with 2 RBIs for Caden Compton, 1-for-3 was Mason Everhart, 2-for-3 with 2 runs scored was Chris French, 1-for-1 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored was Peyton Girardin, 1-for-3 Jackson Engel with 1 run scored, a 1-for-2 day for Landon Stanley with an RBI and a walk. Pitching-wise, it was Landon Pence going 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Ian Wolf came in to finish things out. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 earned, 2 walks. And that will do it here for us. We'll take a probably 15-minute break, and then we'll get things started for Game 2. You've been tuned into American Legion baseball action as the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets walk off the North Berkeley Knights 6-5. You've been tuned into Legion baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We'll talk to you here in about 15 minutes.
You've been tuned into American Legion Baseball for the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball. Keep it tuned to 106.5 FM, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online at talkradiowrnr.com.